Okay, this next award is another hugely important one. It is the Innovator Award, and as the title suggests, it is celebrating innovation in association with Amazon Music. To present it, please welcome the Executive Chair from Impala, Helen Smith, and Patrick Clifton from Amazon Music.
Thank you. Well, I think everyone knows who's been given this award tonight. It's Alan Kovac, and just a few minutes ago at the table, I saw the colour drain out of Alan's face when he remembered that I was also Scottish, and he was listening to some of my country people speak. And he asked me to translate what one of the messages were, so I thought I would wait and I would translate here. Because the message is really, I think, sums up the Innovator Award, and the message is, don't let anyone stop you doing what you want to do, what you think is right. And I think that really sums up Alan, and it really sums up the Innovator Award. And I remember a few years ago when I spoke to Alan for the first time when he was coming to establish in the UK and Europe. I was struck by two things, and one was his passion for his projects as an artist, and the second was also his support and his deep belief that the independent community also lives and breathes as one. And I think this was a really great message for tonight and for AIM and organisations like Impala. So we have a message, special message now for Alan, so we could show that.
Well, good evening everybody, and I'm just sorry that I'm not with you tonight to celebrate that rare beast that is more important than ever in music these days, an innovator. I've known Alan since the early 90s when Alan was managing Meatloaf, who Virgin Records had signed, and Alan was pushing myself and the Virgin team to allow Meatloaf to upload one of the first songs to the fledgling internet. As innovators, we would do anything in music, and of course we did just that. From humble beginnings as a promoter, Alan went on to be a manager of the Bee Gees, Blondie, Motley Crue, Duran Duran, the Cranberries, and then started 11/7 Music, which 12 years later is now one of the top rock labels in the world. Alan has innovated and tested the limits in marketing, in social media, in ticketing, in streaming, and sales reporting. Which must make him feel as old as I am. Anyway, benefiting the independent community and leveling the playing field between independents and the majors, plus encouraging the fair valuation of music by tech giants. Whether it was Steve Jobs with the iPod and iTunes, Daniel Ek with Spotify, or Amazon with smart speakers and in-car technology with Alexa, Alan has been ahead of the curve, collaborating, consulting, and promoting new tech to the industry. From SoundScan to DDB Needham, Alan has brought data and branding closer to music. He never does, and this year Alan produced the #1 Netflix movie, The Dirt, the story of Motley Crue, and his next major project with Nikki Sixx is the Heroin Diaries musical. I hope that the Heroin Diaries will destigmatise addiction and do for the opioid crisis what Rent did for HIV and AIDS. I'd just like you all to join with me in congratulating Alan Kovac for his AIM Innovator in Music Award. Alan, this could not be more well deserved, and cheers.
I met Richard in the early 90s, and we had some things in common. I dropped out of school, he dropped out of school. I never had a job, he never had a job. He was an independent, still is. I'm an independent. I think that we lose sight of who we are sometimes. We forget that the music business used to be manufactured, as it is today, by the majors. Mitch Miller had Columbia Records as the CEO. The same writers and producers made music for Frank Sinatra, Sammy Davis, Edie Gourmet, Wayne Newton, and it all sounded the same. One day there's a guy named Frank Barcelona who worked at APA and booked all those acts. He hears about an artist called the Beatles from the UK. He tells a drinking buddy of his, he's going to put him in Shea Stadium. His name was Ahmet Ertegun. These two guys sitting in Shea Stadium, and he tells him about the Rolling Stones, The Who, and Led Zeppelin. And Ahmet signs him. And there's a new technology called FM. And in those days, there was an independent record store, an independent radio station, an independent promoter, and there was an independent label. And all those artists broke. There was no stigma. Everyone was working together. Bill Graham came out of that, Harvey Goldsmith, and look at us today. We drink the major labels' Kool-Aid. We try to compete on charts. We don't need to do that. We need to build audiences the way Barcelona did. He created the independent promoters. Ahmet created independent labels. We were 14% market share when AIM started. Today we're 40. We develop artists. Majors manufacture them. Don't play their game. And thank you for being an organization